Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to my channel Essentials of Management. Friends, motto of this channel is to evolve high standards of education and training of the subject management science in general and that of environment, health and safety management in particular. Friends, I am very happy to announce today that we are going to start with new series, that is behavioral based safety. In this subject or in this series, we will have three sections. The first section will deal with basic human psychology, personality, behavior and so on. So there are almost 10 discourses in this part. Here we will discuss what is human psychology, what is inner individual difference, what is personality, outer personality, inner personality, then behavior, then how the behavior is, how the behavior can be influenced, it can be changed or controlled and so on. So this section will deal with the basic, we will understand psychology, behavior particularly. In second section, we will discuss about the safety philosophy and culture. And in the third section, we will discuss about exactly what the behavioral based safety is. So before understanding behavioral based safety, we will understand the human psychology first and then the safety culture, how to build safety culture. So friends, today we will start with the first section, that is human psychology, personality, behavior and so on. So we will have the discourse 1. Here we will see what is human psychology, what is the composition of the human being and what is the individual difference. So human psychology is fathomless and human behavior is unpredictable. See, you know that our mind, our psychology has no bottom. It's a like very deep sea, a fathomless sea, a very wide or open sea. It is fathomless. You just can't find the bottom of it. And is it predictable? No. At what time, how you will have different thoughts and different behaviors, how you will respond to a particular situation, a person, how he will respond, it's very difficult to predict. So it is a difficult question to answer why people behave as they behave. So in our everyday life, for say minimum 12 hours when we are awake, there are people around us and all the time we observe the behavior of people and they are behaving differently. But we can't answer why people behave as they behave, because that behavior is uncertain, that behavior is unpredictable. Behavior is a response and it is very difficult to know what will be the response to that particular situation, whether it will be positive, negative or so on. Now let us understand human composition. We have already discussed, when we discussed about the occupational health, that we have body and mind, and if you want to be healthy, your body and mind both should be healthy, and they have influence on each other. We can see the body, but we can't see the mind. Now, in Indian metaphysics or Hindu metaphysics, we have different layers. Not only body, mind, but we have spirit. That means mana, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. These are the different layers or the levels of the human being. And very interestingly, there is somebody sitting in you. I am a Sham, and there is some Sham sitting inside me. You may call it as the spirit or Atman. So there is a mind, there is a body first, there is a mind, and there is something beyond it which is controlling us. So we have a physical body which you can see, feel, and there is a energy, how our body moves, how we think. So unless otherwise there is energy, there is certain source of energy inside our body, we can't do any activity. No physical activity, no mental activity. So what is the real source of energy, from where the energy comes, is very difficult to answer. So for the sake of science, we can say that we eat food and that food is converted into energy, and so we can do our physio-mental operations. So the basic level is physical body and the energy which is associated with physical body, which create the existence of us. But the second layer is mind. So what is mind? Can you touch it? Can you feel it? We just can understand the existence of it through the thoughts and emotions. So it is more higher level, that we exist in the form of our thoughts and our emotions. So basically we have physical body, there is energy which makes our existence, but our thoughts and our emotions get expressed in the form of our behavior. So we can understand, feel the existence of the mind. So I think you have understood how human being is composed of. So it is very essential to understand human behavior, as we are going to learn about behavioral based safety, and otherwise also it is very essential to understand human behavior in today's world, as the existence of the organization depend on the employees and individuals. Just recall the definition of organization. So organization is made up of two or more than two people having same goals. That is the definition of organization. So organizations are basically or essentially made up of people, individuals. So two or more individuals come together, and in case of manufacturing organization, service organization, there are employees who come together. And so their existence depends on the behavior of those employees or those individuals who form the organization. So without understanding human behavior, it is very difficult to work in an organization. When you are working in an organization, unless otherwise you understand the behavior of the people who are working with you, it will be difficult for you to work in the organization. You must understand the behavior of your superiors, you must understand the behavior of your subordinates, you must understand the behavior of your peers or the people outside to whom you come into the contact. All organizations are composed of individuals with different personalities, attitudes, values, perceptions, motives, aspirations and abilities. So these are all the factors of inner personality. So attitude, values, perception, motives and so on. So every individual, as we said that they are composed of their body and mind, and they have a typical behavior which is expressed. And they have different personality, unique personality. Every person has got a unique personality. His attitudes are different, his values are different, his perceptions are different and so on. So the main reason to understand behavior is that individuals are different. So basically we have to understand that every individual is different. Nobody is same. Not a single person is alike the other person. Absolutely, in the world, if you see, it's not possible. And so as in every individual is different, you have to understand the behavior of everyone with whom you are working. No two individuals are similar. Have you seen two people exactly alike? Even two twins may look alike, but they are different, because there is some difference in their looks, maybe some 2%, 5%. But ultimately their personalities will differ to some extent. Even their response to a particular situation may differ. Two twins, very looking alike, and they are in a situation, and probably the response given by them, both of them, may differ because their personality is different and their attitudes and values are different. Their inner personality may be different. So not only that two individuals differ, but their personality also differ. Person and personality of each one is unique. As I explained, that even they are twins, their personality is unique. Each of the twin has got his unique personality. So there is individual difference existing in this world. So what is that individual difference? Every person has a unique combination of characteristics. So everybody is composed of characteristics. Some characteristics are manifested like physical characteristics, but personality characteristics are not manifested easily. They came out of the behavior of the people. Some of these characteristics are present from the birth, called genetic. So you have got certain DNA which comes from your parents, your father, mother and your forefathers. So characteristics, some come from genetic, and how you look, then your face, your color, your height. So particularly the external characteristics definitely come from your parents. They come down as DNA, genetic way. Even some characteristics of the inner personality, they also belong to your genetics. So genetically every person is different than the other. Even siblings, if you take the case of siblings, you will find that certain characteristics are common. Physical characteristics also, certain characteristics are common, but certain characteristics are different in siblings. In the same way, the psychological characteristics may differ in the siblings. One brother may not be very similar to that of other brother thinking wise. They may think differently and they may behave differently. So, apart from that, there are certain learned characteristics. So, we are groomed. We are groomed by our parents. We are groomed by our teachers. We are developed and influenced by the environment around us, our socio-economic environment. So, some characteristics come from the learning, and so they are called as the learned or learned characteristics. So, individual difference can be because of various factors. So, particularly the social factors. So, because you are having different factors in your surrounding, your learning is different, and so the individual difference becomes more prominent. So, which are these factors? One is the environmental factors, are the characteristics of the broader environment, such as economic conditions, social and cultural norms. That means, what is your economic condition? Whether you are poor, rich or middle class. Social means from which community you come from, which country you come from, which part of the country you come from, what are the cultural norms of that area, that community. So, you know that even in India, there are around 30 states, and every state have its different social environment, cultural environment. So, their languages are different, their traditions are different, and so on. Then there are political factors that can affect individual behavior. Now, personal factors, as we know, it include physical and personal attributes. That is, what is your age, what is your sex, that is male or female, what is your education background or education, and your abilities. So, the response or the behavior may differ from age to age. Take your example. When you are young, your response will be different. When you are aged, your response will be different. For a particular situation, response of a male will be different that of female. The response will be different if you are educated or uneducated, and response will be different when your abilities are different. Okay. So, there are personal factors and there are psychological factors which are less observable. Can we observe the psychological factors? What is inside you, what is in your mind? No, we can't observe it. We can observe personal factors, we can understand environmental factors from knowing the person. But psychological factors are less observable. They are mental characteristics and attributes such as attitudes, beliefs, perception, values that affect behavior through complex psychological processes. So, when we will talk of the inner personality, we will talk about this psychological factors, and we will also talk about the psychological process. So friends, in this discourse we have tried to understand how is the human composition and essentially what is the individual difference. So please resume viewing and switch on to discourse 2. There we will try to understand what is personality. Friends, please do not forget to share, like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Once again, thank you very much. Have a good day.